Welcome to the Gospel Road. We're going to look at Psalm 103. It says, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your iniquity, who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit, who crowns you with a steadfast love and mercy, who satisfies you with good, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord works righteousness and justice for all who are opposed. He made known his ways to Moses, his acts to the people of Israel. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love. He will not always chide, nor will he keep his anger forever. He does not deal with us according to our sins, nor repay us according to our iniquities. For as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is his steadfast love toward those who fear him. And as far as the east is from the west, so far does he remove our transgressions from us. As a father shows compassion to his children, so the Lord shows compassion to those who fear him. For he knows our frame. He remembers that we are dust. As a man, his days are like grass. He flourishes like a flower in the field. For the wind passes over it, and it is gone, and its place knows it no more. But the steadfast love of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting, on those who fear him, and his righteousness to children's children. To those who keep his covenant and remember to do his commandments. The Lord has established his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom rules over all. Bless the Lord, O you his angels, you mighty ones who do his word, obeying the voice of his word. Bless the Lord, all his hosts, his ministers who do his will. Bless the Lord, all his works in all places of his dominion. Bless the Lord, O my soul." Psalm 103. That's what we're looking at today. Lots of pieces in here. Things to make you think. I mean, a lot of it can be used as thinking about you, where you are in your life. You're looking at your priorities, looking at what you need to be doing in life. Basically, looking at those and making sure things are where they need to be. But as always, when I look at these, I always want to take things a step farther. And where I want to look at is when it's talking about God and what he does. He forgives all your iniquity. He redeems your life from the pit. He crowns you with steadfast love and mercy, satisfies you with good. How do we do this for one another? I remember growing up in church, and it was always about taking Jesus and being Jesus to those around us. And I always found it interesting that when it came to taking Jesus to others, it wasn't the love that he showed, or it wasn't the compassion that he showed, but it was more of being John the Baptist and condemning people and letting them know what they're doing wrong, rather than lifting them up, rather than encouraging them, rather than inspiring them. And that's what Jesus did. That's what God does. God inspires. He encourages. Yes, we might not be perfect. Yes, we may have our issues that we're dealing with. But he's not holding those against us. And that's the part that we need to think about. Because that seems to be what we do. We want to judge. We want to condemn, but we're not willing to help someone when they need it. We're not willing to show mercy. We're not willing to be gracious. We're not willing to show them unconditional love. We're willing to give them the tough love that we've been hearing about for years, that, just forget about them. They'll have to figure it out on their own. Sometimes we have to maybe decide what we're going to do, where we're going to go with it. And I'm not saying that it's easy. But at the same time, you can love someone you can have unconditional love for them. It's not that you always have to put yourself in harm's way or in their way when you're trying to have that compassion. But it's also not totally writing them off. It's always showing them love. It's saying, I'm here, whatever it is. Even it says in Psalms 103 that even God does not hold his anger forever. And there's so many times that we will sit there and we will hold a grudge to someone until the day that we die. Whatever it is that's happened in their life, whatever it is that has been done to you, you do not let it go. You do not look at the forgiveness piece of that. And we're not just talking personally, but we're talking professionally. These are things that we need to think about as we're trying to better ourselves and better those around us. They always talk about being the example. So if you're going to be the example, are you going to be the one that is holding that grudge and being very coarse to others, especially those that have done you wrong? Or is it better to be that example by loving them, by showing them compassion, and by being there? Which is it that you feel that is going to get farther, and which do you feel would do better for you? I've had to sit here and think over things through my life. And I've had to make lots of decisions. And to be honest, I was one. I sat there and held everything against everyone, and no matter what I did, that was it. I didn't change anything. I didn't do anything, and I was holding those grudges and not forgiving and not letting it go, because whatever they've done to you, only you are causing yourself to have those issues through your life if you don't forgive them and say, I'm done. Now, if they choose to not come back and give you that, that's on them. It's not on you. But are you going to let it hold you back like it holds them? I've found that it's better to just let that go. I found it's better to love each other, to be there for one another, to be the ear. Because as I've read through the Bible, we are to, again, build up one another. But we seem to want to tear down one another and condemn each other. In the New Testament, it talks about, changing the renewal of your mind. And I remember, talking to people growing up, and it says, come out from among them, and renew your mind. Well, renewing your mind is renewing your way of thinking. It's renewing how you're doing things. If what you're doing is not working, then maybe you do something a little different. But it's a thought process. It's just like going on a diet. Going on a diet, when the diet's done, guess what? You're just going to gain the weight back if you haven't changed anything. It's a lifestyle change. It's a thinking change. It's how we have to look at different ways to do things for ourselves that are going to benefit others. By benefiting them, it's going to benefit us. I find it to be pretty simple. I think it's very self-explanatory. I know not everyone agrees with me. I know there's discussions that I've had with people that I grew up with those that are in leadership, because I'm not being hard enough. I'm not being harsh enough. And I'm sorry, it's not me anymore. I do not see where we are helping out each other by trashing on one another and treating each other poorly. Psalm 103. David wrote this. It was a song. In fact, You might remember it growing up in church, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. It was a chorus that we sang. Read it for you and see what it speaks in your life. See what it says to you to help you as you are trying to maybe change where you've been. Maybe trying to better where you are. Maybe you are moving along fine, but there's still things that need to be done differently. Psalm 103. Thank you for listening to the Gospel Road. Have a great day.